So a lot of you guys have been asking, where have I been all this while? It's been like 4, 5, 6 weeks that I haven't come on YouTube, and been getting a lot of DMs on my Instagram and also a few emails. First of all, I apologize guys, but here I am completely fine. The reason why I wasn't, you guys did not hear from me for a long time is because I've been working, okay? I've been in the hood and head down, and I've been working so hard to essentially give birth to a very new concept, a totally different business model, okay? It is e-commerce, but it is not dropshipping. So let's get to it. So this new concept, this new business model is super interesting. It is so dope, a very new concept out there in the market. I have added my own flavor through which it makes it very, very, very different and unique out there in the market. And also is a cash machine, okay? So in the first 25 days of me launching this new concept for myself, I was able to generate $12,000 in revenue. And guess what the profit margin was? It was not like dropshipping where you either are not profitable in the first month, or even if you're profitable, you're going to pretty much see it in the single digit. Rather, I was profitable 80%, okay? So 80% was my net profit margin. That is insane, guys. Think about it. You make 12,000 in the first 25 days and 80% of that is net profit. So we are talking anywhere from $9,500 to $10,000 in net profit. So stay tuned, and I'm going to tell you exactly what this whole thing is. But in this video, you're going to have a good idea of what I'm talking about and how you should be approaching to this business concept or this business model. Also, this is something I would term as slightly lower in terms of risk, okay? On the scale of risk, it is low as compared to dropshipping. So I'm at least in the initial phase of me launching this concept to you guys, I'm going to sort of compare with dropshipping just so you guys can have a healthy comparison in mind to know what decision to make, right? Which business model or concept to go with. So I'm going to do a bit of that. Something that I'm going to talk about, this concept is very new and is also lower in risk, okay? So you are actually putting low risk. Let's not even talk about ROI. It's pretty much a no-brainer. The ROI here is insane. I just told you guys, 80% net profit, something which I've never heard of in dropshipping. At least in the first 30 days, that is something that you don't come across. So it is very interesting. Yeah, people do find their way to those sort of profit margins later down the stage. Once they have a product they know they're gonna sell, and then they go completely organic, and that's when they see those numbers, but that is much later down the line. Here, you actually get paid for your time. And here you actually are profitable pretty much right off the bat. But there are quite a few things that you need to keep in mind. It's not as easy as you would think. And I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what that whole thing is. By the way, if you're excited about this video and really wanna benefit out of all the videos that I'm going to post about this particular business concept or business model, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It actually helps the YouTube gods to bring me more people into my channel and essentially bring more eyeballs and spread this message across so that it's not just you, but many other people can actually benefit out of this, okay? So make sure to subscribe and also like the video if you actually enjoy the video, this particular one. Okay, so the concept that I am going to introduce you guys to, I call it the microservice brand, okay? Over here, we do not work with any product or deal with long shipping times or supply chain problems, etc. We provide service on demand. I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean by that. But one thing that I really want you guys to know, I know for a fact that whenever I have, Google Sheets or docs like these, people tend to just skip and go through all that I have written down here. Guys, yes, you can do that. I'm not gonna hide this. It's totally up to you. You have the choice to do it, but I'm going to tell you this. Okay, there are two types of people. People who actually stay and watch the entire video and really understand what I have to talk about this when I elaborate on it. And then there are the people who just skip through just because they want to go and play some games. Trust me, if you want to play those games, then probably you shouldn't be here anyway. But if you're actually serious about your entrepreneurship journey and want to make a lot of money in the long term, okay, and really want to bring numbers like how I got out of this, because even me, I'm just starting out into this and I was able to figure it out. That means you can figure it out as well. So if you really want to see the numbers that I'm seeing, make sure to stick with me through the entire video till the end, and you will know exactly what I'm talking about so that you're not falling between the cracks, okay? Anyway, let's get to it. So literally guys, the first thing is that we are actually going to be completely opposite to what most people have to say and do in the industry, okay? A lot of people are going to talk about how you need to create before you sell, how you should be working hours and hours and hours before you even find your own product market fit. I don't believe that's the case, okay? Don't be stuck with the traditional way of doing business. Traditional way of doing business is pretty much all about creating before you sell. And I hop on so many calls. I hop on calls with so many entrepreneurs and so many business gurus and so many aspiring entrepreneurs, and all they have to tell me is that, oh Fahad, I'm working on this, I'm like, okay, so what? Where's the revenue? And they have no revenue to back them up. So bring in the revenue first into your business, and then what value you're going to bring to your client on the table, okay? So that's that. Always prove the product market first. Like I told you, prove the product market first before you even start working on your brand. Okay, that's literally what makes microservice brand as a concept different from anything else out there, because every other person out there is going to say the opposite. And sure, that works for them. I'm not going to discard that concept, but this is something that I have proven now that is working amazing for me, and I just didn't got lucky, right? I'm going to create the entire system, and I'm going to prove this again and again and again to you guys. And also going to drop down a few screenshots in this video of me generating this crazy level of money for a business that is not even existent, right? So it does not even exist. So that's that. As a disclaimer, you do not have to sign up with Fiverr or Upwork, okay? Scalability is limited on these platforms, so you definitely want to stay away from these platforms. You want to be completely on your own, private, and host your own platforms and have your own strategy and be the one who receives all the money upfront and doesn't pay any platform for this and this and that out of your revenue. More so, if I were to go in depth as to what exactly you're providing, you are basically providing services to people inside of e-commerce. So you need to know your niche. You need to know that is something that is not very, very new. Okay, let's be honest. Service thing has been there for a long time. But what I'm doing here, I'm essentially adding my twist to this, which you're going to be very clear on. You already know what I mean by, don't be stuck with the traditional way. It's also about selling before you create and not creating before you sell, right? So that's that. Providing service, but with a twist where you're essentially getting paid for your time. Then next is begin with first identifying the problems in the market. So there you go. You know what niche to go with, okay? You pretty much have the niche dialed in, and niche is mostly going to be used providing service to different e-commerce businesses and platforms out there. So that is going to be a niche. I usually go more in depth with my niche. So you could be like, hey, I'm going to reach the e-commerce store owners who generate $20,000 to $50,000 a month, okay, out of their business. That is being more, I like to be that dialed in. Now, it totally depends on you. I would recommend you to be as dialed in as possible. To give you a few examples, okay, help real estate agents make more money. So this is more so your product market fit added with a transformation. What is the transformation that you're providing to your niche? So over here, one transformation could be, you reaching out to real estate agents and be like, hey, I'm going to make you an additional $5,000 to $10,000 a month. An example of the next service that you can provide is you can drive more traffic to a business, okay? So just reach out to a business, whatever your niche is, and be like, hey, listen, I am going to make sure that I drive more traffic, more eyeballs to your business so that you can either have more booked appointments, you can have more product sales, you can have more customers, you can have more, whatever the solution they're looking for, whatever transformation they are wanting and you are wanting to give. The energy needs to match there. Whatever that is, you can make that happen. So that is a service that you're providing, right? So the next one could be SaaS, so software as a service, right? I know for a fact that a lot of you guys are really good when it comes to software and building those softwares, really good with tech and stuff. So sure, build a software which is needed in the market and provide that solution using that software, using the information and the expertise that you have. If you're really good at accounting and also you're good at building softwares, you can literally be like, hey, listen, I'm going to provide you a software that is going to give you a service which is going to make your accounting easier, okay? Bookkeeping easier. It's going to make your automations easier inside of the business. All sorts of softwares, okay? It's a huge opportunity for a lot of you guys out there. Once you have that product market fit or the transformation that you're ready to provide, all you're going to do is ask yourself, how can this problem transform the lives of your clients? Okay, be as dialed in and specific. That is very important. So here's how you essentially build a transformation and put it down in a piece of paper and be like, how is this problem going to transform the lives of the clients? Once you understand how it transforms the life of the clients, go reach out to the clients, ring the bell and tell them, hey, listen, this is how I'm going to transform from where you are right now to where you really want to be. Okay, so that's how you're providing a service. You're going to first provide the service. You're going to tell them, hey, listen, I'm going to do this for you. Sell before you create. Okay, once you are able to sell, you know there's a product market fit, and then you actually go out there and create. Okay, makes sense? So that's that. In order for you to reach, so the example, the analogy that I gave about ringing the bell, you can either do organic or paid ads in order for you to find these potential clients. Trust me, this step is more simpler than you think. Actually, guys, getting somebody onboarded requires only two things, okay? They need to be sold on the transformation that you are promising, and they need to be sold on you, okay? And all of this comes down to you being good at sales, okay? And for that, trust me, all of us have sales. It's just that we need to enhance it. That's it. I believe every one of us know how to convince people because everything around you is convincing. So if you could convince your friend to the movies, okay, if you could convince your friend to go with you to a bar, that means you're selling. So if you could sell your friend on that for basically no transaction or no fees or nothing, then you can definitely sell somebody else for something else where there's money associated. Totally, you can do it. You just need to enhance it. So all of us have sales. You just need to understand how you're going to do that. There are many ways you can create your initial assets like sales deck, pitch deck, where essentially you don't sound robotic, but you're more so like speaking in terms of having the sales deck in front of your computer, sharing your screen and be like, hey, listen, this is where you are and this is where I am going to essentially transform you and bring you to. So where they are and where they want to be, the gap is you, okay? So if you are not very confident with your sales, create a sales deck, right? Just create a PowerPoint presentation or whatever that works good with you, put in the time, probably could take 1 to 2 hours at max, and voila, there you are. You have something that you can base off your topic, your point off of, right? So that's actually going to help. Then land the clients that actually pay you anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 a month. Literally. So far, you're just literally selling before you even create. You haven't created. You have an idea of what you want to give it out in the market, what you want to deliver in the market. You know the transformation, but you don't know how you're going to do it, right? You know the transformation, you know exactly what it is going to be, but how, you haven't figured it out. You know the why for sure. So land those clients, right? Play the volume game. Now here's what's gonna help you. Play the volume game. Don't reach out to 2 people and be like, if they say no and be like, nobody wants to buy from me. Come on, you have to play the volume game. If you reach out to 20 or 30, then 1 will buy from you, my friend, for sure. So play the volume game. Always play the volume game. Always think big, apply big, execute big, and reach out to as many as you can, humanly possible. And trust me, the more people you reach out to, the more people you have touch points with, the more attention you grab out of as many people as you can, the more money you're going to make, okay? So always play the volume game. Then finally, once you land a client, which is, believe me guys, as far as getting your clients to your business go, okay, it's actually in many ways a no-brainer. It is easy. People just complicate it. People actually complicate it. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to do in my follow-up videos ways and techniques for you to essentially find out how you can sell effectively, okay? I have already got a few strategies put down, and that's essentially how I've been able to close to $12,000 coming in the first 25 days using those exact strategies. And I'm going to definitely put it down in my upcoming video. So that's why I ask one and only one thing from you guys. Subscribe to the channel. One and only one thing. Subscribe to the damn channel and like the video if you actually enjoyed this video. So getting money out of clients, okay, if you have a big enough transformation, it is very, very simple. It is actually possible if you are actually solving a problem that needs to be solved in the market, okay? Then comes delivering the mechanism, okay? Once you have the client come in, so you have to provide the thing that you actually promise them to, okay? A scammer wouldn't, but I'm sure, I'm sure if you're watching my video up until here, I'm sure you're not a scammer. You could be, but I'm just going to be proactive and I'm going to consider that you're not a scammer. Please don't be a scammer. Please, please, please don't be a scammer. You're not playing a long-term game. It's a very, very short-term game. If you're just scamming people, no, just don't do that, okay? You have to actually, if you get the money from these clients, you have to, it is your duty to provide the best possible solution to what you did promise them to and actually transform their lives, okay? Take them from point A to point B, exactly what you said you would. It is your duty. Now it is your duty, okay? Deliver the mechanism. Now, all you do is once you have delivered the mechanism, you have taken them from point A to point B, you have figured it out, you have taken that and made sure that the client moves from point A to point B. All you do is literally build up your case studies. Case studies, case studies, case studies, my friend. This is the key to making your future clients come into your business already sold. If you want to make a machine, if you want your business to be a machine where when they hop on a call with you, they're already like, Fahad, where to pay, when to pay, I want to start right now, how to pay, how can I proceed? If your clients are at that stage, okay, and I've had clients like that for my previous agency in our marketing, where literally all I do, if I'm doing the sales call, I get on a call and they're like, hey Fahad, listen, I already know everything. I'm just doing this for the sake of doing it. I just wanted to go ahead and place the order anyway, but I'm just doing it because I wanted to talk to you, but I'm already in. Let's get started, okay? And I've had so many people who don't even hop on a call and they've just purchased right off the bat because they're already sold. They're already sold before even booking an appointment, because booking an appointment thing is a huge thing in many agencies. But your goal as an agency should be to land clients without even them booking appointments. That's when you know you have got a machine in place, my friend. And that is exactly what you want. And that is the only way you're going to reach that is by building those case studies. Your case studies are pretty much going to define the mechanism of your own agency. How smoothly is the machine going to run? Case studies are pretty much like the oil that you pour for all of your systems to move smoothly and happen on in itself, okay? So that is what your case studies are going to do. So pretty much that's the journey. I'm going to go more in detail. This is very much in detail. I'm sharing like all my experience that I've learned. I've been doing research and doing all of this crazy stuff for a long time now, for close to 4 or 5 months, and being able to get into it and actually in the first 25 days make those 12 grand. The reason why I did such a long research is not mainly because of how to figure this out. So there you go, guys, an exact in-depth strategy of what a microservice brand does. How does it start and how does it end? Of course, building strategy is just the start of the process, and there's so much more. Your video sales letter, your this, your that. There's so much more that comes after case studies. But like I said, I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information here, because probably I might be one of the only ones in the entire market to be talking about this. So you might not get information else out there speaking something like this. However, I don't want to overwhelm you with just me talking about this completely in one video. Rather, I want to break it down into different videos so that you can take it as a journey. But I know for a fact that people who are hungry are gonna get started with just this, because the information that I shared with you over here in this video is good enough for you to get started and get your first client landed. Once you get that 1 or 2 clients paying you, anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 each, then you have like $6,000 coming in for your time. You're going to spend quite a bit of time into your mechanism, and by then you'll have another video of mine talking about what to do after that, which you're going to essentially take it as the best thing for your business, because you're just going to build on top of my videos, so you can thank me later. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'll be speaking more on how you can build a machine that brings you clients on autopilot, okay, which is very important, and how to solidify your mechanism, delivering the promise, okay, how to solidify it. Believe me, guys, having clients come to your agency on autopilot is probably one of the best things that can happen. Like literally, I had my parents 2 weeks ago come in here. I barely worked, but I was still having clients come into my business and the whole thing going on autopilot, right? And honestly, it's the most beautiful thing, okay? You're traveling, you're just sitting by the beach, or you're just hiking. I'm a huge hiker. I love hiking. I'm just hiking, and then, suddenly you get network and you see that, oh, you just made like another $2,000 $3,000 just when you were hiking in revenue, which is very, very sweet. And it all starts with you actually taking risk. There is no reward with no risk, right? A lot of people reach out to me and they're like, hey Fahad, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. But when I actually break it down to them that this is what the investment is, they're like, oh, no, I expected this to be free. Duh. So no, there is no reward with no risk. So get into this, having the mindset, and also understand that this actually is something that will have higher ROI for you with lesser risk. So very, very amazing opportunity, new in the market. I think you should get going. Imagine, take it as, you trying to drop ship, but in 2016, where would you have been, right? If you would have started dropshipping in 2016, my friend, you would have been all like over the roof. Over the roof, right? Take it as that. This, if you don't start now, you're probably going to again snooze and lose. Yeah, and opportunities are just gonna pass by. Suddenly you'll realize that you're just too old, less energy, and you don't know how to get started on anything anymore. So I really, really wish that you're not there yet. But anyway, don't want to take this video too long. I wish you all the very best. If you actually enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like. Subscribe to my channel to follow more videos on the coming steps on how you can actually deliver the entire thing and make a passive income machine that is your agency. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.